As you can see here, our park is quite large because we have, it's a nature reserve, so we gotta have a lot of people right here, right? So, anyway, so a lot of landforms we have here that people may or may not be confused about due to the, location of our places. We have a lot of, islands and beaches because we're right next to the ocean, but we also have a lot of seascapes. People might not know what that is. So we have approximately, 800,000 visitors per year because we're a pretty well-traveled place because we're right on the sea, so it's pretty easy to access.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
A lot of people usually come during the fall where it's, it's fairly chilly, but it's mostly dry. Look at the nature. Alright, sweet. So, but I mean, we have 4 seasons here, whether they be longer or shorter than normal. Maybe we have the summer, spring, winter, and fall.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So, the one thing that you guys have to be, just look over there. Alright, sweet. One thing that you guys kind of have to be wary about is we have a lot of predators here in the park.
Interesting.
And we have a lot of black bears, cougars, eagles, otters, and whales. I mean, otters and whales are predators, but we have a lot of those there, and they may not be too able to be seen in other places, which is one of the many privileges we have here in Pacific.
Interesting.
Nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
And due to that, due to those animals being here is largely due to the fact that we're in a taiga biome and a tundra biome a little bit, because it's pretty chilly. I forgot my jacket, but it's summer, so it's okay. And along with as we're talking on the animal subject, it's like we don't have a lot of plant-eating fish around here because it's so cold. The water ends up freezing over a lot of times.
Interesting.
I mean, other than that,
Thank you.
we have some fish and bugs to eat for Bear Grylls. Shameless plug.
Interesting.
And
Which bear?
Bear Grylls. We gotta.
I heard he drinks his own piss.
Alright, let's go! Bear Grylls would love to have this challenge, simply due to the fact that it's in a new environment such as cold, which he hasn't necessarily been in too much, but also it would provide him a new challenge with trying to be able to breathe, since it's such a high altitude. Due to Hugh Jackman's previous movie experiences with being the Wolverine in Canada, this would provide him an at-home kind of feeling, since he had been filming in Canada since previous years. Plus, it would mix really well with Bear Grylls' sense of humor that Hugh Jackman would have a very good time with this, and provide quite a challenge. Due to the very nature of this challenge, we'd have to give them a lot of equipment to make do with the nature around them, not so much as to actually give them enough to live off of it, but enough to make do with the nature around them to live off of that, such as cutting down trees, gathering fruit, and hunting animals that are allowed to be hunted within the park's limits.
Challenges that they will be facing are things such as finding shelter and finding food and water.
As you can see by this map, we have a path laid out for Bear Grylls and Mr. Hugh Jackman to follow as they go through this challenge. But this will include crossing the river, hiking up certain parts of the map, and eventually going to their extraction point where they will wait. This will all be accomplished in roughly about 2 days.